I'm Annette Hohnberger, and I'm one of the co-founders of the Action Coach Go Big Territory. And this video topic is on building your core team. This is one of my favorite principles to teach to business owners because it's also one of my favorite principles that we have in our Action Coach toolbox. The principle is called the 6 keys to a winning team. And so notice when I said that, I said winning team because we want to build a winning team. So I'm going to go through these 6 principles. The first one is called strong leadership. And when you think about this, right, I can have great leadership in an organization. I can be a great leader. But until I actually add that word, the characteristic strong, to being a strong leader, I am a strong leader. So it's so much different than having just being a good leader. I'm truly a strong leader. And this is great because we get to identify what are all the characteristics of what strong leadership means to you, because my definition can definitely be different than your definition, because I've got different characteristics of being a strong leader than you have, than your characteristics of being a strong leader. And so we're identifying what are your characteristics of making up that strong leadership, and then we're going to identify other team members around you to complement what it's going to take to help you achieve that winning team. The second characteristic, or the second principle, is called the common goal. And this is getting, once you have the leadership team built, this is coming up with a common goal for the business. So for instance, a common goal could be one big, hairy, audacious goal, right? It could be, okay, where's the business headed? What's that grand dream goal that we want the business to achieve when it's finished? Or we could just make it even a short-term goal, saying, okay, what do we want to achieve this year? But having that whole leadership team working in the same direction, working towards that common goal. The next principle is rules of the game. In my definition of rules of the game, this is going to be all about my culture. So what culture am I building? What are the boundaries that we're going to tolerate and not tolerate? So for instance, think of a football game, right? We all love football. We like either the Green Bay Packers or the Wisconsin Badgers or the Ohio State Buckeyes, or we love our Cleveland Browns. Whatever football team we love, every football team has rules of the game. And thinking about that, as the quarterback or the head coach is making a play, right? Or they're calling a play. The quarterback has to execute that play. But the defense is coming towards the quarterback. The quarterback may or may not be able to execute that play depending on how much pressure is being put on him as a quarterback, right? So he may have to change that gameplay right on the spot. And that's what we're able to tolerate because we've created those boundaries. We've created those rules of the game. And that's no different in business. Is what am I going to allow employees or teammates to, what are we going to allow them to do and let them play within their boundaries? And if they step outside the boundaries, then of course we're going to point out a point of culture that they are not following. So are we going to tolerate that or not? And so that, again, going back to, am I going to be a leader and tolerate it, or am I going to be a strong leader and actually have, do whatever I need to do to take care of that employee? So again, rules of the game, all related to the culture. The fourth one is an action plan. So now we know where we're headed. Now we've got our rules in place, right? We know what we're going to be executing, and we know how we're going to make decisions based on culture, based on where we're headed. Now we get to put the action plan in place. Now, the action plan. So this is super simple, right? It sounds super simple, but it's hard to actually stay focused and execute on what I need to do. And notice I said that word on, right? I can be really busy every day doing busy work, but am I truly working on the business to help me achieve where we're headed? And that's just a total different mindset as a leader, as a business owner, is what am I working on today to help me achieve where I want to go? One side note, one of the things I ask myself every day at the end of the day is, what did I do today to drive my business forward? And that's those things of working on my action plan. The fifth thing is support with risk taking. This one's really, really critical as well, because now we have our employees, right? We've got our teammates. And again, going back to that football example and using that quarterback analogy, is if I've got to change the game plan right on the spot because of what's happening, then as a leader, I must support that risk taking. I've got to be able to allow my team to go out of their comfort zone, come up with new ideas. And if a teammate comes up with a new idea, or an employee comes up with a new idea, as a business owner, I need to say, go try it, right? Because we want to see if it works. We need to allow them to go learn so that they can become better too. Again, strong leadership. And the last principle that we have is 100% involvement and inclusion. And this is making sure that everyone on the team, everyone in the business is involved. And a great example of this is we do a daily huddle every day with our team and with our franchise partners. And 100% involvement and participation, right? Because as a daily huddle, and one of the questions is okay, what am I grateful for, right? And if I'm not participating on, I don't have anything to be grateful for today, right? Well, guess what? I'm not really giving it 100%. So it's making sure that everyone participating and everyone being included and not excluded of something, just so that you've got a core team. So again, 6 keys to a winning team. Implement these in order, and there is a reason why these are in order. That could definitely be at another video, because that's a long story behind that. But implementing these key principles into building your team to help you execute a winning team. Thank you.